Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Saratoga Racecourse here on closing day. It is Monday, the 2nd of September 2024. Gonna look at the stakes races here on closing day from the spot, but before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kit 5 for more selections for racecourses around the world, and I mean around the world. Seems like yesterday was opening day here at Saratoga. This summer has really gone by really quickly. In about 10 days or so, we start the long haul at Aqueduct for their penultimate meeting, it looks like, but it's gonna be good to get back to Aqueduct for 10 months, it seems. But it was a good summer at Saratoga, but not as good as last summer though. But it's still it was still a decent summer. But we're gonna look at the stakes races here on closing day. We'll be looking at races 8 and the featured 10th race. So let's get to it right now. The 8th race from Saratoga, it's the Harvey Pack Stakes, going for a purse of $150,000, race for 4-year-olds and upwards here. We have a field of 9 horses entered to go to the Mellon Turf Course, 1,100 meters or 5.5 on the Mellon Turf Course. The rails are up at 12 feet. I'm going to go with the number 8 horse here, Big Invasion. Let's go 8653 in the superfecta. 8653 Super, top selection 8 horse, Big Invasion. This 5-year-old horse by declaration of war. Christophe Clement trains. Dylan Davis is having an absolutely incredible summer against the mount. The horse's most recent outing came an option at Aqueduct, 6 furlongs on the 4th of July, a race that could have been a stakes race. He finished second by a neck that day, and he sat back early at 85 cents to the dollar as a part of an entry, but he really closed up well late. He just missed. He got a good confidence builder with a 94 buyer. Refreshing here, where he nearly won this race last year. He was caught in this race by Thin White Duke late in this one. But I think here off the bench where he's running decently, he could find a trip to win. He ran 2 back in the Jaipur here at 5.5 at Saratoga on the 8th of June, and he finished 10th by 8.5 lengths that day. And he didn't get the best beginnings. He had a very troubled trip, and it just wasn't his day to win. And then I don't think he liked the turf course Churchill, 5.5 in the Twin Spires Turf Sprint, finishing 10th by 11.5 lengths from a wide trip. He didn't show a lot. And then the Silks Run, he did gain some ground, but that Gulfstream turf course isn't, especially sprinting, known towards closers. You need to be forwardly paced, and he just didn't have that. But he won the New Arctic last fall quite nicely. He placed in this race where he got caught by Thin White Duke at the wire, and then he had a very good place in the Jaipur. The race, I still don't know. Every time I see his running line, why they sent him to Royal Ascot, it's just a head scratcher. If I could, I would love to know Christophe's reasoning behind that. If it was even his reasoning, maybe it was the owner's. But I just thought that was a weird idea after the Jaipur, where he ran massive. To take him to the UK, and they probably lost a couple starts after that. At Saratoga last summer, they probably missed the Troy and stuff. But refreshing here off the bench, he can win. I would use him on the ticket. I think the 6 horse here, Super Quest for Jose and Mark Cass, he can win also. Most recently here at Saratoga, going 5.5 and Option on the 20th of July, was a success. He won by a nose, and he just kind of yielded late, but he held on, grinding it to the wire. I thought that was a very good effort. Prior to them to get serious Monmouth over the 5 on the lawn, he finished second by 1.25 lengths, and he got caught late. He just couldn't keep the speed going. And then a Goldstream and a handicap over the 5 on the turf course off the bench, finished second by length. He had a wide trip, which cost him. He just kind of again yielded late, but he likes these turf sprints. He's running decent races on this course. If the speed holds up, he can win. Let's use him on the ticket. But to recount my selections for the 8th from Saratoga now, it's the Harvey Pack. Gonna take the 8 horse Big Invasion, give kudos to the 6 horse Super Quest, 8653 Super, 86 in the multi-race. Let's get to the featured 10th race now from Saratoga, which is the Hopeful Stakes. It's a grade 1 event going for a purse of $300,000. Race for 2-year-olds here. Field of 9 horses going 1,400 meters or 7 furlongs in the Hopeful. Some of these horses will be, it wouldn't surprise me if some of these horses end up in the starting gate at Churchill in May, and it wouldn't surprise me if some of these horses end up in the starting gate at Del Mar in the Breeze Cup Juvenile in a few weeks' time. But my top selection here in the Hopeful, I love the 8 horse Chancer McPatrick. I'm going to go 8247 in the superfecta. 8247 Super, top selection 8 horse Chancer McPatrick. There's Truro Coleman McKenzie here. Chad Brown trains. Flavian Pratt gets the mount. His debut was quite impressive, going 6.5 on the 27th of July in the main special weight. Winning by a length that day. He was stupidly out of it that day. Did not show a lot of pace that day. It was basically last down the backstretch, but he gained a lot of ground with some dirt in his face. And these sprinting races at Saratoga in the dirt, especially this year, has been towards horses that have been drawn well and forwardly paced. He went against the buys. He gained a lot of ground, quickened up nicely. 81 buyer. I thought that was impressive. coming here with an extra half furlong, which he absolutely adore. You know, if he could show some pace, which he's shown in some workouts, it would be great also. But I think he could, improve a lot here off the bench and get a trip to win. You know, these Trap Brown horses really improved next start outing. Since the last race, he's training quite nicely. Half mile 49 flat, the 19th best workout 94, and a half mile 48 and 2, 42nd best workout of 161. I think he's rearing to go here today. He really had an incredible debut a few weeks ago. Why poster in this race doesn't really, bother me going 7 furlongs. He could win, I'd use him on the ticket. I think the 2-horse Ferocious was $1.3 billion purchase for Gustavo Delgado. Supposed to have Javier Castellano up, but there will be a jockey change. I'm not sure who it is up right now. But he won his debut quite impressively from the rail, winning by 7 3/4 lengths. Not the best beginnings that day, but he sat back early. Again, a little bit wide late, but he flew home. 109.3 for 3/4, getting a 96 Beyer. That was impressive. Since the last race, he's training quite nicely. Gonna have to overcome another rail poster here today, but he ran quick on debut. And even the 4-horse Tough Catch, he didn't run quite as fast on debut on opening weekend here, going 5.5, but he still won by 3/4 length on the front end where he grinded it out to the wire. I like that he's training well since the last race. At 8-1, I'll give him a shot on the ticket. And the 7-horse Menti for Todd and Johnny. The debut at Aqueduct, he was kind of yielding late, but that's because Johnny was a little bit overconfident that day. But he won quite nicely in course record time. He did miss a little bit of time missing the Sanford earlier in the summer, but he's been training well since then. I'll give him a shot of 5-1, but I do think the other 3 are more likely winners. But this is a very good Sanford, a very good hopeful this year to end off the stakes races at Saratoga. But to recap my selection now for the 10th from Saratoga, it's the grade 1 hopeful. You're going to take the 8-horse here, Chancer McPatrick. Give kudos to the 2-horse Ferocious, the 4-horse Tough Catch, and the 7-horse Menti. 8247 Super, 8247. We'll do 4 of them in the pick 4 to end it off, or to begin it off here. The pick 4, the second leg of the pick 4, it begins with race 9. But with that being said, good luck to all, and please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5. Good luck, everybody.